It was a year of transition for the North Lady Bulldogs as Coach Chris James joins us now. And Chris, your team was hit by several key departures throughout the season. You had to adjust on the fly as you filled out your lineup. Overall, now a month removed from the season, what are you going to take from this year?
That we have most of our students are going to be returning. We're only losing one senior, so they'll have a lot of experience coming into next year as we start a new district. Some of our girls that had to move up from the JV will have a lot more experience, and they'll be successful next year.
I know you never dwelled on it. I know you didn't allow your team to dwell on it, but going into the year, you lose 3 of your top 5 golfers. Did you ever have a moment of, hey, how is this happening?
No, I just went with the flow and said, we still got 12, 13 other girls that are eager to play, and we'll just put them in the position to play.
You were certainly proud of those that did gut out the year,
right,
including your lone senior, your team MVP, Madeline Mitchell. Mm-hmm. What are you going to miss the most about Madeline as she moves on?
Probably her tenacity on the course and never giving up. She's had some injuries in the past, and that was one of the key things that helped win her MVP. On the front 9 of the first day at districts, she could barely walk and move. Her back was hurting, and a lot of people would just give up and quit. And she sucked it up, and then the back 9, she had like probably her best round ever. Shot in the low 40s and just did really good.
Kaylin McFarland is on her way to a standout career as a Lady Bulldog. Last year as a freshman, she was your most improved player. This year she shares the Bulldog Pride Award. She was also academic all-district. Right. What stands out about Kaylin's development?
Just her, in just a year and a half, 2 years, how much she's gone from never even picked up a club to being able to shoot rounds in the 80s when she has to. And then at district, the second day of districts, she was well on her way to shooting the round in the 80s. Before we had it shortened by the tornado and weather.
Kaylin shared that Bulldog Pride Award with a freshman in Anne-Marie Kessler. What do you like about Anne-Marie as she's just getting going?
Well, she's a 2-sport athlete. She plays volleyball, but despite that, she's been taking lessons throughout the year. She goes out and plays as much as she can. As soon as golf was over, she went straight into volleyball, but that next week, I saw her in the hallway. She goes, I've already started taking lessons. I got my summer schedule. I'm going to play some tournaments in the summer, so that's real encouraging.
And I'm sure that takes an understanding, you and Shannon Alvarado, hey, you know, how do you manage her schedule and how she devotes her summer as well, because,
right,
you know, volleyball is just around the corner, but you certainly would like her to be involved with golf during the summer as well, that
right,
off season.
Yes. Yeah, her grandfather is a member of one of the courses out here, so she's able to play on weekends with that and then balance her schedule with volleyball. And volleyball is early in the year, so she's able to actually play most of the tournaments in the fall because it doesn't usually conflict. Because even if it does, their tournaments are in the afternoon or evening, and so she'll race once or twice in the fall. She had someone pick her up and race from the golf course straight over to the volleyball court and played. So I like that energy and enthusiasm to play both sports.
And dedication, no doubt about that. The life of a 2-sport athlete.
Right.
Junior Haley Dvorak, speaking of academic all-district, talking about Kaylin a moment ago, Haley, 3-time academic all-district pick now as she enters her senior year next season. It's nice to be to have a player that you don't have to worry about when it comes to their business in the classroom,
right,
isn't it?
Yeah, we have grade checks all the time. Usually when I just see her name, just kind of see how many A's she's got and how high her A's are, and not worried about if she's passing or not, just how her GPA is and how she is in the rankings.
You know, despite the shuffling of the varsity lineup this year, you have a bright future. Your junior varsity took home 3 top 3 finishes this year, including a tournament victory at one point this season. What allowed that group to have success?
Probably one of the main ones was Andrea Monghe. She was a junior. She played on the JV the first 2 years, and she took over the #1 spot. And she actually won a tournament in Denton, and that gave her a lot of encouragement in there. And then the other girls saw that her dedication, that she actually starting to practice more and getting better. And she actually ended up moving up to the top 5 varsity by the spring semester.
Yeah, Andrea winning at Texas Women's University there in Denton, an individual JV crown for her, and she was moved up to varsity. What do you think she can become as she enters her senior year next season?
Well, it's kind of a little running joke to have with a couple of girls about practicing over the summer. And they all promise they do, but most of them just wait until August rolls around. And I've talked to her parents before, and I think with seeing her getting some success, winning a tournament in JV and then moving up to varsity, that she noticed that, when I do practice more, I play better. So I think she's going to practice some this summer and work hard. I've talked to her a couple times in the off season. She's talked about that.
Yeah, funny how that works out.
Mm-hmm.
Practice makes perfect sometimes. Right. How do you view this new district next year? You move away from the Highland Parks and that, like you stay with Wiley and Wiley East, but add Sherman and Denison, Greenville, Lovejoy, Royce City. How do you size up this new district?
Talked to Coach Harden about it. We feel like it's going to be like our first few years when North opened. We had similar districts. We had Sherman and Denison with us, and we were able to get first or second in district those 2 years and take a team to regionals. So I feel like we have a really good chance the next 2 years to get back as a team making it to regionals.
Chris, we appreciate the time as always. Best of luck.
All right, thanks a lot.
Chris James, head coach of the North Bulldogs. They fought their way throughout this season, and you can expect nothing less as they enter the new district, 13-4A, next year. And that is our show for today. McKinney coach Jeff Jacobson was unable to join us this week. Next week, we turn our attention to the boys' golf teams in MISD. Remember, if it's McKinney ISD Athletics, it's on Sports Talk. I'm Ted Emrich. See you next time.